In the heart of Nova Scotia lies an island shrouded in mystery and adventure, Oak Island. For over 2 centuries, this small piece of land has captivated treasure hunters and history enthusiasts alike. Why? Because it is believed to hold hidden riches in the form of a gold treasure with unimaginable value. Today's video will uncover the mysteries to blow your mind about the treasure hunt of the Oak Island treasure. Sit back, watch this Oak Island mystery documentary, The Enigmatic Beginnings at the Mysterious Oak Island. The Oak Island exploration began in the late 18th century, when a teenager named Daniel McGuinness stumbled upon a peculiar circular depression on the island's surface. This depression was unlike any natural occurrence, as it seemed to be carefully constructed. Convinced that something valuable was hidden beneath, McGuinness, along with his friends John Smith and Anthony Vaughan, started digging. As they delved deeper into the earth, they encountered layers upon layers of logs and wooden platforms. This wasn't your typical backyard hole. It was more like an intricate puzzle. A treasure pit revealed. With each layer they unearthed, the mystery grew. The pit was no ordinary hole. It was a well-thought-out engineering marvel. Layers of logs, clay, and stones concealed something incredible below. They realized they had discovered a hidden treasure pit, ingenious booby traps. But the surprises didn't end there. As the young treasure hunters went deeper, they encountered indigenous booby traps. The pit had cunningly designed water channels, suggesting that the builders wanted to protect whatever was hidden within. As they dug, water would flood the tunnel, thwarting their efforts to reach the treasure. The curse of Oak Island accidents and misfortunes plagued the early treasure hunters, and the curse seemed to take root. One man fell to his death, while others faced injury and financial ruin. The treasure pit's sinister reputation grew, and it became known as the Money Pit, for the toll it exacted on those who sought to unlock its secrets. Modern treasure hunters. As the years passed, more treasure hunters tried their luck on Oak Island. But the curse continued to cast its shadow. In recent times, the Lagina brothers, Ricky and Marty, have taken up the challenge. With advanced technology and renewed determination, they have uncovered several intriguing artifacts. Top discovery: Oak Island treasure, found by modern treasure hunters. Was the supposed buried gold discovered by modern hunters? Perhaps they found buried treasure on the island, or perhaps they didn't. Let's find out. The Lagina brothers found an ornamented medallion at plot 21 westbound of Oak Island. This location was close to where Daniel McGuinness once lived. Perhaps Daniel found the treasure of Oak Island while he lived there. Also, a granite stone engraved with eccentric symbols was discovered 90 feet beneath the Money Pit. In the course of the early diggings of the Money Pit, 60 feet deep, the treasure hunters discovered lots of coconut fiber. However, the closest coconut trees were over 1,000 miles away. This discovery drew some individuals to the conclusion that the fibers were utilized as ropes in lowering the fortunes. Westbound from the island, the Lagina brothers discovered 2 iron objects in plot 21. These objects were classified as swages afterward, and the treasure hunters saw them as proof of severe mining activities on the island. In the Money Pit area, the Laginas discovered 2 waste materials at borehole H8. These fragments were previously discovered as human. However, it was detected afterward that one of the waste materials had European roots and the other had a Middle Eastern ancestry. The treasure hunter found a piece of chain attached to some bones at a nearby borehole and connected this discovery to a theory. According to the theory, some slaves buried the gold treasure, and they were chained and buried alive. Also, they believed that slaves' malicious spirits would protect the treasury and blight wanderers. Late in the 1800s, while the Oak Island Treasure Company was digging, they struck a concrete-like level, about 153 feet beneath the ground. Once they drilled through, they discovered a little parchment. There is an assumption that the parchment might be from one of Shakespeare's missing manuscripts collections, based on the theory Francis Bacon, the real author of Shakespeare's dramas. Many years later, the Lagina brothers found little manuscript pieces with leather lace within the H8 spoils beside the pit. In 2015, a fisherman removed a Roman sword from Oak Island waters. This finding would have reshaped history, placing the Romans in the northern part of America. But it wasn't a genuine discovery. For the record, the supposed ancient sword was not a 2,000 years old original, but was a present-age duplicate of a Roman sword. Due to damming and discharging, a wooden structure with a U-shape was discovered, and a thorough investigation detected Roman figures. When researchers did tree testing on the wooden formation, it was time-stamped to 1769, which was 25 years before the Money Pit was discovered. The treasure hunters speculated that this structure might be among the actual treasure shaft. In 1981, Fred Nolan, a treasure hunter who resided in Oak Island, found 5 huge slabs that formed a large symmetrical cross. Some other slab was discovered in the cross's center. This boulder had an image of a human face and sword on it, similar to Templar tombs. These slabs are today known as Nolans Cross and might be proof that a fleet of cavalrymen visited Oak Island and buried some nation treasure on the island. Perhaps we are on the verge of getting the mystery Oak Island solved, but are we? Let's find out. The Lagina brothers found a coin engraved with a Templar cross beside the money pit. During the Dark Ages, the Templars obtained lots of treasures and kept them in strongholds all over Europe. For the treasure hunters, this was evidence that some of the treasures were buried on Oak Island. More Templar discoveries were made, such as a longbow bolt which was discovered in Plot 26 on the shore of the southwestern part of the island. After thorough analysis, the treasure hunters believed it to be prehistoric and of Templar origin, timestamping it to the 13th century. The team discovered a Spanish copper coin in the island's swampy area. Once it was examined by specialists, it was considered an object created in the 17th century. One hypothesis claims explorer from Spain buried the loot rather than handing it to the king. Perhaps this happens to be the treasure they buried. If it was, who found the treasure of Oak Island? Or maybe the coin fell off a treasure hunter searching for the treasure trove? Well, at this stage of the video, it remains a mystery unsolved. Perhaps we will get to the root of the unsolved mystery Oak Island harbors. Let's go on. A silver ring discovered at the swamp was taken to a gemology expert. It was recorded that 2 repairs were made. One was done to make the ring smaller and the other to make it bigger. Doing this revealed its chiseled floral design, which indicated that the ring was possibly of Spanish origin, dating back to the 1930s. According to some other speculation, a submerged ship might be hidden in the swamp. In other words, a ship filled with treasure sailed upon the island's shores and it was offloaded. But the ship was wrecked, and in an endeavor to destroy proof, it was set ablaze. The treasure hunting group made this theory stand when a fiercely burnt ship brace was found in the island's swamp. After discussing the issue with a blacksmith, it was confirmed that such an occurrence possibly took place in the 18th century. The group discovered a pistol part, buttons, and coins during the search for artifacts in Plot 24, which was owned by Samuel Ball. Samuel was a slave in 1764 in South Carolina, and ultimately, he won his freedom fighting for Britain in the Revolution of America. Once the war was over, he relocated to Nova Scotia. Then, he bought 4 acres of land on Oak Island in 1786. Was the buried gold treasure found by Ball, and he kept it to himself? When was the buried gold of Oak Island discovered? Was it ever discovered? Perhaps it was, or perhaps it wasn't. The mystery remains unsolved, but you can leave your opinions in the comments section if you think you have an idea. There are still hundreds of ancient wonders, mystery stories we are willing to uncover on Mystery Unity. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe so you don't miss them. See you in the next video.